Museveni and the First Lady Janet Kataha Museveni have celebrated 50 years in marriage at an event held in Ntungamo district. The bride and groom who arrived at Chamate Church of Uganda said their vows at the event presided over by the Archbishop of the Church of Uganda, Dr. Stephen Kazimba Mugalu.
Do you take Mama Janet again to be your beloved wife? Will you continue to love her? Will you continue to comfort her? Will you continue to honor her and continue to protect her? And will you continue to forsake all other women and remain faithful to her as long as you both shall live?
Yes, I do.
In his sermon, His Grace Dr. Stephen Kazimba Mugalu greatly commended President Museveni for being a good example of a family man and for standing firm to protect the family institution that he said was under attack globally.
We are so proud of you that you are doing this. This is not for your family. It is for the entire nation of Uganda. It is for the entire nation to see and the entire world to know this is what Uganda believes. Actually, we are not here to celebrate them, but to thank God for them, and a statement is made. This is what Uganda believes. Marriage is between a man and a woman.
Addressing the gathering, President Museveni used the occasion to remind people to always differentiate between what he said was life and facilitation to life. The president noted that whereas other worldly things such as wealth, education and professionalism were important, the real meaning of life is in the family and the marriage institution because it guarantees the community of humanity.
With facilitations for life, they don't know what is life and what are the facilitations for life. You talk of education, I am educated. You talk of wealth, I am rich. You talk of professional development. But all those are facilitations for life. Life itself is family. Family, which means wife, means children, means grandchildren. That's life. So some people confuse. They confuse facilitations for with life. And that's why they get lost, like those Europeans of yours.
On her part, the First Lady Janet Kataha Museveni, who is also the Minister of Education and Sports, said that their 50 years celebration was a commemoration of God's faithfulness to them and their family.
Nokusiima Ruhanga ahabw'okuba atubeereire omwesigwa. Mbwenu itwe turi baahi kureba ngu Ruhanga turabiza omu bunaku bugumire emirundi mingi ekintu kyona kika nikibaasa kutubaho kwonka omukono gwa Ruhanga ogw'embabazi gukaturinda gwaturabya omu bunaku obwo gwatukozesa emirimo ei tutakubaasize kukora nk'abantu kwonka Ruhanga ogwo ndikugamba.
She also thanked the people of Ntungamo and Uganda in general for sparing time to celebrate with them on their special day in their life and in an area where both were born, raised, and studied.
I want to sing about my Savior's love, and the best thing that happened was the day I met you.
Relatedly, President Museveni and the First Lady hosted their guests to a reception in Ntungamo, where the President applauded the First Lady of Uganda for her endurance despite his absenteeism during the liberation period. Here's what relatives and the close friends through the First family had to say about the couple.
An amazing sight. We shall speak of this day for years to come. Please look at the screens. Maybe the girls can sing a bit so that you can see were not there today were here.
The thanksgiving on this day and the befitting celebration of these 50 years is really to thank God, who has been so faithful to these two people, our parents.
Our Bagole today have been a very good example of this for us for 50 years now. As a country, our need for their adult supervision is not a thing of the past. While they have both nurtured and guided us through storm and tempest, today as ever, we still run to them in difficult times.
On their Golden Jubilee celebration, they are in Ntungamo, their ancestral home, and the origin of both their families, surrounded by children, grandchildren, relatives, friends, hundreds of spiritual children, and thousands of well-wishers.
Let your husbands be. And remember, the Bible tells us that we should not go to bed angry. Even if you misunderstand each other at any one point during the day, just make sure you don't go to bed angry. You apologize to your spouse, you go to bed happy, and you get up happy. You go to bed angry, you get up with a headache. So remember, those are some of the nuggets I can share with you after 50 long years. And I hope that you take them seriously.
And not only being a mother, but a mother of children with a permanently absentee husband. You heard what the children were saying, that she was tough with them and was able to bring them up for a number of years without my presence, and I really salute her for that. So her contribution to the upbringing has no comparison, because she did it when I was not there, and when they didn't even know that I would ever come back to their lives.
Mama Janet, we thank God Almighty for your life. A lot have been said about this couple. You are an epitome of a true African, because we are connected to nature. We're here to celebrate with you not only what you have achieved. There's something very peculiar about your family. You said at the church today, life and means to life. That's a take home for me. There is something very peculiar about your family.
Well, congratulations to President Museveni and the wife for celebrating 50 years of marriage. Moving on from that, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda, Robinah Nabbanja, has directed National Agriculture Advisory Services to immediately address challenges facing tea farmers in Kanungu district. This follows a public outcry of the fraud and underpayment of tea farmers to their disadvantage. This was during the 9th graduation ceremony of Great Lakes Regional University in Kanungu district, where she also challenged graduates to embrace simple lifestyles in the current competitive job market. Take a look.
This is the Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda, Robinah Nabbanja, being received at Great Lakes Regional University. She is in company of Kinkizi East Member of Parliament, Dr. Chris Baryomunsi. They are arriving to a cocktail of audience reception to officiate at the university's 9th graduation ceremony. But just as the ceremony proceeds, several challenges are shared, including fraud in payment of tea farmers.
kuna ikirana dizibanyakira murumba nibo nashanjemo yagira ati kankucekinjire omu computer kuyakireho yagira ati Christopher Rukundo okwezi kwa mushanju akashashugwa miliyoni 5.2 ati ngene utoka abanje atogarukeyo oze kureba kipande na grupu ye bakurondera sete zawe niho nagarukire aho niho nyemerire sewo minister amishoni wangahangire amabanja ni mingi abana tibari kwega abwa school fees kandi amajani tukatamuroni nazo nezo kunkoma kinyiriho kungira
tuwa bilioni 5 za kantu muri suti akatuha bilioni 2 akatwara bilioni 3 no muri buseti mwezi waka akaje meshera majani akaje meshera majani katwashonga nyo mushaka nungu milioni 5 tuzumuhereza akazitanga eshi tusasa munonga abebemeze nitu kutatugambira eshi kugendo misho tutukamanya yaba kwasikira basebo nabanyabu prime minister wayijira minister Rugamba Mazima witu twebembere otwise amuringo ogurigwe nito abantu bakandugu tutebekane ukwamuri tyatebekane zo.
And I think all these reports will inform the state organs for appropriate action to be taken. The cry of the TNASAR operators is that they have a strong belief that they were cheated, and the money which they were expecting from government, which government paid, was not delivered to them in its fullness.
This prompts the Prime Minister to intervene with a directive to the Executive Director, National Agriculture Advisory Services.
Namugamba byensangire kuno ebyobusuma yagamba ngu haro parliament committee eyakosase enabye kukora kintu ekiba kibyoti jja kulira ebyakosase after all tubaina era bajja bigarura kuno tubikole and so ndagire mugasha tinewe idi ayangwe mangu ajje kuno wiche kwija tutandikira aho.
This is not all. Anomalies associated with disbursement of parish development model funds are made public.
Niwaha itokatumenti kolera abantu enyema bakuguma bategereza sente zikabura bakaba bokora kuba buchiko ni batongana gushara nibo bazirire Prime Minister ho madam ni yarienda kumanye obuchiko ni buha obubahire sente
tulendo tusobororere. In order for me to be a beneficiary, me Nabanja, ndio muruka gwa Kayungu, ndenda kufuna sente, ninyetega ki
tukataho ariyo system yo kubara abantu no kubara abagine tweta uri parish development management information system niyo system itukozesa omukushashura.
It still takes another intervention by the Prime Minister to calm the already agitated crowd. This time, it is through a phone call to the PDM National Coordinator, Dennis Sozi Garabuzi.
Njagalo kiralo kusaba. Obukulagira kubanga nino buyizo okulagira. Nkwagala Kanungu ewichejja ne timu zozonna mulabenga abantu bawo bafunye sente.
With the area challenges partly addressed, it is time to have a word with the graduates. Nabanja's appeal to them is in line with that of Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Bariomunsi.
That the world is now open for you. It will depend on individual efforts if you are to succeed. Secondly, live within your means.
Sometimes our young people want to be greedy. They also want to drive a V8, have a storage building, even when they have not started working. So we are calling them to be patient. Just work hard and they will succeed.
About 145 students have graduated with bachelor's degrees, diplomas and certificates in various courses, including agriculture, education and social works, among others. Henry Okrut, UBC Kanungu.
Thank you so much, Henry Okurut. Moving on, Uganda has won yet another gold medal at the World Athletics Championships. Victor Kiplangat outshined all the walk away with the prestigious gold, peaking from where Stephen Kiprotich left 10 years ago. This was the second time Kiplangat won a marathon medal internationally. Take a look.
It was a glorious day for Victor Kiplangat of Uganda, just 23 years old. Look at that. The features showed very little emotion or effort.
Uganda's Victor Kiplangat is the new world marathon men's champion. The 23-year-old gallantly protected his lead to win his country's second ever world marathon title in 2 hours, 8 minutes and 53 seconds at the 2023 World Athletics Championships, exactly 10 years after compatriot Stephen Kiprotich won the title in Moscow.
To Andrassy Avenue, which is about...
Israel Maru survived a fall after the 30-kilometer point to finish second in a season as Ethiopia's Leo Gebrselassie took bronze. Kiplangat added a world marathon gold to the Commonwealth Games title. He clinched last year in Birmingham on the final day of the championships on what is expected to be the hottest day this year in the Hungarian capital.
Punching the air and roaring him home in Uganda. Victor Kiplangat, Commonwealth gold last year, world gold this year. This has been a quite spectacular winning final lap from him, and he crosses the line in 2:08.52 to take world gold. He is crowned world champion. Another glorious day in the distance races for Uganda. And look at this, Teferi has caught Gebrselassie. The Ethiopian is wilting. Teferi's form and determination on these final few kilometers.
Stephen Kisa is the other Ugandan who impressed, picking up himself back after the fall and closed on the lead pack for fifth behind Lesotho's fourth-placed Tebelo Ramakongwana.
Was the victim of that, but he still gets a brilliant bronze for Ethiopia. 2:08.53, the official winning time there for Victor Kiplangat.
Well, congratulations to Victor and for making Uganda proud. Centenary Rural Development Bank and Rotary Clubs Uganda has flagged off the 12th edition of the annual Cancer Run Marathon at the Kololo Independence Grounds. This year's run attracted thousands of Ugandans in over 40 locations all over Uganda and in key cities around the world. The run was held under the theme Run for Hope and aimed at raising 2 billion Ugandan shillings meant for construction of 2 bunkers that will house 2 Linux cancer testing and treatment machines at St. Francis Hospital in Zambia.
Thousands of people honored the cause to fight cancer in Uganda through participating in the 12th edition of Cancer Run that began from Kololo Independence Ground through Kampala City Centre. As a motivation, Alien Skin graced the occasion by entertaining the audience as a way of enticing the workouts after people participating in 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers and 25 kilometers within Kampala. According to Centenary Bank Managing Director Fabian Kasi, over 79 branches across the country and 5 major cities of Mombasa, Kigali, Pretoria, Berlin and Moscow participated in the run on the same day and at the same time.
Quite a big number. We've had the statistics, about 40,000 people registered, and we've been able to raise almost 1.7 billion Uganda shillings, and to us that is very big.
Kasi added that in so doing, it is the only way Centenary Bank can appreciate and give back to its people.
It's just an opportunity to be able to give back to the community. We deal with the community, we bank the biggest number of people in this country, and it is always in our interest to ensure that they are healthy.
Christine Namayanja, Chair Rotary Cancer Run 2023, urged Ugandans and all people to go for early detection for cancer and promised to keep the awareness about cancer in order to reduce cancer victims in the country.
We are not going to stop. We are going to continue communicating and relating with you to ensure that we are mobilizing people to go for early detection for cancer and that can be done when you have annual health checks.
The chairman Rotary Cancer Program, Stephen Mwanje, assured Ugandans that as Rotary, their aim is to see every Ugandan free from cancer and see that cancer treatment can be affordable.
Towards, they can do chemotherapy, but they cannot do radiotherapy. So this one now is about raising funds to build the bunkers where I can put modern equipment which is going to work on radiotherapy machines.
Today was a successful day in Atondo. We had a run, we had good numbers, and we had medical campers just seen.
Mary Namkose, Jamil Sekaja, UBC News.
The Prime Minister Robinah Nabbanja has emphasized the importance of embracing government programs and steering clear of negative behaviors that could jeopardize their future. Kampala Minister Hajat Minsa Kabanda delivered her message during the 8th Heavenly Culture Olympiad hosted at Makerere University Playgrounds.
The Prime Minister Robinah Nabbanja has stressed the importance of embracing government programs and steering clear of negative behaviors that could jeopardize their future. During her message delivered by Kampala Minister Hajat Minsa Kabanda, the Premier highlighted the detrimental impact of poor choices and behavior on their future prospects.
Most of our youth have today been misled into doing things that do not add value to them and could end up destroying their lives. So there is need for their colleagues to take lead and ensure they become instruments of peace.
The Heavenly Culture Olympiad, an event promoting cultural exchange and unity, provided a fitting platform for conveying the message.
That means we should take lead in support of government programs and should get involved in government programs. That's why we come here to support these people who are working with us. These are partners. They are working with government to make it transform.
As the youth gathered to celebrate their shared values and diverse cultures, the call to embrace constructive endeavors and harmful conduct resonated powerfully. By embracing these values and aligning with government programs, the youth are poised to shape a brighter and more promising future for themselves and their country. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
In response to the health challenges triggered by the COVID-19 pandemic, the Rotary Club Bugolobi has taken proactive steps to organize immunization activities. With a steadfast commitment to community well-being, the club's initiatives aim to address pressing health concerns through immunization efforts.
The Rotary Club of Bugolobi is driven by a genuine commitment to community welfare, particularly in the realm of immunization. Moses Okwera, a representative of the club, shed light on their ongoing efforts.
The LCs are aware because they have been helping us to mobilize here and there. But our appeal majorly is, this is something already small, our appeal is to the communities to make sure that the parents go and immunize our children, so that they don't have challenges as they grow up. And also, we also appreciate head teachers and directors who have allowed children to be immunized from their respective schools.
The immunization exercise took place at Chuck's Gardens, Katogo, Chinawataka. The club has forged valuable partnerships with various organizations engaged in immunization activities. However, the hurdles posed by the COVID-19 pandemic have been substantial.
Since COVID struck, we have never had such. So we began now our monthly immunization in these two centers, and we're going to have them every last Saturday of the month like we've always done. Now my appeal is to government, health officials, to make sure that they do more of community outreaches than being centered in health centers.
Okwera's appeal to government health officials underscores the aspiration to extend immunization services to remote communities. The objective is to ensure that vital vaccines reach children regardless of their geographical location. The primary beneficiaries of these efforts are children up to the age of 12 years. Vaccinations against polio, measles, and other communicable diseases were administered. The Rotary Club of Bogolobi, in collaboration with local leadership, has played a pivotal role in facilitating the seamless execution of these immunization campaigns. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
The State Minister for National Guidance, Godfrey Kabyanga, says that there's need to modify education system into a flexible service. Kabyanga says that the education system should tap natural talents in children to aid them become job creators instead of seekers. He was commissioning medical equipment that can accurately foretell a child's career path. Details follow.
Global rankings in Human Development Index continue to deprive African countries from the category of developed nations. For instance, Mauritius, which ranks first out of the 54 countries on the African continent, ranks 63rd globally. Professor P.L.O. Lumumba, a renowned Kenyan constitutional lawyer and a Pan-Africanist, blames the snail speed growth rate on failure to adjust and adopt the changing global high-tech trends.
Today, my challenge to you as young Africans is to embark on a journey of self-discovery, because it is that self-discovery that will make you realize who you are. And when you know who you are, then you can be a good agent for change, for your society, for your country, and for the continent. The choice is yours.
Lumumba was giving a keynote address at an event to commission the first ever Gift and Talent Clinic held at Makerere University Business School, Nakawa in Kampala. The initiative is a brainchild of Professor Humphrey Obora, a researcher in human metrics.
I want you to imagine that young people whose careers were mismatched are wasting away in wrong pursuits like drugs, that we can reclaim them, put them to manageable pursuits, and become good citizens. I want you to imagine adults suffering from mental illness because the learning and traditional education system either shipped them out or they shipped themselves out because mathematics was making noise in the classrooms. That we can hear the intelligence when they have drunk waraji and walking back, and you know they are intelligent, yet they are wasting.
Professor Obora explains that the anthropometric machine helps forecast professional career path in advance.
Small kids of 3 years that you ask the president of any country, they tell you in a flash. You see them. Your strength, we define it. And when we find your strength, we look at the enrichers. Enrichers mean, what is it that we can use to enhance that? Now listen, academics, subjects and courses were only designed to enhance what is inside you. Hence the mistake that we throw kids without knowing their strength, and they wade around, something will find their strength. Stupid. That should not take place.
Should I drop these bachelors that I'm taking up and then follow after that?
Professor Lumumba, in response, invited the youth to place their attention on their individual best bets, which can now be detected in advance.
You are here in Makerere, Uganda. You are not competing with Ugandans. You are competing with Koreans. You are competing with Japanese. You are competing with Chinese. You are competing with the world. The question is, are you prepared? And if you are not prepared, then you will be subdued. And when you are subdued, you will be enslaved. And when you are enslaved, you will be humiliated. The choice is yours.
The State Minister for National Guidance, Godfrey Kabyanga, officiated the event with a call for a remodification of the education into a flexible system. Kabyanga says adjustment shall avert brain drain.
We are training so many people, but most of those people are going out to look for jobs. Probably we didn't identify their talents early enough. You can go to passport office here in Uganda and see how many people are lining up to go and become house girls in Saudi Arabia, in Oman. And yet they have degrees in human resource. They have degrees in public administration. Some of them are engineers, but someone chooses to go and become a house girl. Probably if you had gone through the machine, you should have detected that you will be a housemaid and then you go for catering. You just go for catering in house immediately.
The development comes at a time when the Ministry of Education has rolled out a competence-based curriculum specifically for lower secondary. Dorcas Kimono, UBC News.
In more stories, the Ahmadiyya Muslim community in Uganda has urged Muslims across the nation to transcend their differences and come together with a shared commitment to the cause of Islam. This was during a peace symposium organized by the Ahmadiyya Muslim community Kampala region at the headquarters of the community in Wandige.
Leaders of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community in Uganda have stated that the lack of a unifying system of leadership in the Muslim world is the major cause of disputes among Muslims, which has hindered the progress of the peaceful message of Islam.
Omubaka Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam obuwanguzi bwe yasobola okutuukako tiyabutuukako lwa kitala ng'abalala bwe mpulira babijweteka no. But because Muslims had one leader, one central leader,
the National Secretary Outreach Department, Sheikh Dr. Adam Hamid Sembajwe, urged Muslims across the nation to wholeheartedly embrace the leadership of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community's caliphate, highlighting its potential to foster unity among Muslim populace.
Khilafat is a spiritual institution of leadership in the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. It is not political in any way, it is not financial in any way, but it encourages members to be peaceful, to be spiritual, to follow the Holy Prophet Muhammad in all peaceful way possible. The message that I have for all the Muslims in Uganda and the Muslims in Africa at large is to seek this blessed institution of Khilafat so that we can all be united on the rope, on the institution which was established by God the Almighty.
A Ugandan economist who attended the symposium, Dr. Kosea Wambaka, commended the efforts of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community towards moral and spiritual nurturing of communities.
Actually, the reason we are having problems with the youth is because they don't know God. They have nothing to lose. They have no shame. And a person who has no shame is a very difficult person to control. So I am very happy that the programs of this Ahmadiyya Muslim Association of Uganda, they are looking at manners, they are looking at education, they are looking at equality, and those are the pillars of education.
The Ahmadiyya Muslim community is known all over the world for organizing peace symposia and conventions which are used as platforms to call people towards their creator, spread the message of peace, and foster harmonious relationships among communities. Nahoho Rashid Matselele, UBC TV.
The Chairperson Board of Trustees of the Uganda Scouts Association, Professor Maggie Chikozi, has asked government to align school curriculum with Scouts as it's one way teaching patriotism to the young generation. At least 2,000 Scouts have gathered at Kazi camping site to exhibit and learn new skills which can sustain them in future.
It has brought up disciplined adults. If you are a scout when you are young, you don't cheat, you help, you work with the community. That is the kind of spirit the scouts have. So that's what we bring. You take that from scouting and you will be an MP, you will be a business person, but you behave like a scout throughout. So we know how to handle the children. We have leadership in place. They are the cubs. Those ones are very well looked after. They are below 6 years old. And then we have those a little older, and then the rovers. Those ones actually help to even train the younger ones. So we have scout leaders that are responsible, and we'll make sure all our scouts are safe.
Kazi is enriched. It's a forest located on 120 acres. We have over 74 species of birds. The young people are exposed with a number of binoculars to see, understand, and look at the beauty of these birds that we have right here. I encourage everyone also take time, drop by Kazi and check out this. We have also animals that we have been with us. We have monkeys, we have wildlife here. And so these and many other things are the activities that these children are getting on. All our activities rhyme with the 3 pillars of scouting: duty to God, duty to others, and duty to self. And that's the scout sign that you see them showing. So they have responsibility to themselves that goes with menstrual hygiene, sanitation, food and nutrition, and also general awareness of their environment. So the children are being assessed, being trained into all these activities. When we move way back these ends, we're going to go to they are competing and exhibiting a number of skills. One, communication, leadership, and also how they respond to the environment and everything around them. How they do their economy intervention activities, such as investment projects that they do. They are going to exhibit them. Those that have done ecotourism, because some of them are being trained into tourism ambassadors. And so we believe that at the end of this camp, the scouts shall be having holistic training, shall come up with more patriotic, clear minds, shall come up with total responsibility of self, and also awareness of the environment so they can impact it collectively. As East Africa is going to be in December. So, mbebaza enteekateeka ennungi, mwebale kuwagira obuscoutu, mwebale tulaba na kubeera yo yonna gye muli.
We'll take a short commercial break and we'll be back with business stories.
These days, our homes are no longer just the places we live. It's where we attend meetings, go to class, keep each other safe, and entertain ourselves. To do this smoothly, you need a reliable internet connection. Buy the MTN WakaNet router, which connects up to 32 devices and gets a free 40 GB data bundle at only 149,000 shillings. Or buy the MTN WakaNet MiFi at only 75,000 shillings and enjoy a free 15 GB bundle to stream, study, work, and play on the go. Visit any MTN service center to buy the MTN WakaNet router or MiFi and enjoy the internet that does amazing things.
Uganda's oil and gas activities are undertaken in line with the updated environment legislation and benchmarked on international best practice standards in order to continuously ensure coexistence between the oil activities and Uganda's rich biodiversity. Following the award of the Environment and Social Impact Assessment certificates for the Kingfisher, Tilenga, and East African crude oil pipeline projects, various environmental and social management plans have also been developed to ensure sustainable development of the projects. The Petroleum Authority of Uganda is working with other regulatory bodies to monitor all oil and gas activities to enhance compliance and environment protection during oil activities. The Petroleum Authority of Uganda, creating lasting value in Uganda's oil journey.
Hello, darling.
Hi, Granny.
What did you do this weekend?
Well, on Friday, I went on a science trip with my classmates to Windy to see the gorillas.
Then we watched the Cup final in London. Oh.
On Saturday, my friends and I met up to hunt some dragons again. Also, I taught the vacuum cleaner and the TV this new dance everyone's doing. They're really getting into it. And on Sunday, I went to bed watching the world from space. And you? Yeah, seriously, Granny.
With Airtel 5G's lightning-fast speeds and seamless connectivity, you won't believe what's next.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Uganda is a source, transit, and destination for adults and children who are either forced or deceived into forced labor, organ harvest, sacrifice, and commercial exploitation. Trafficking in persons is a serious crime and gross violation of human rights. Report suspects of trafficking in persons to police for investigation and prosecution. Suspects are either close friends or relatives. Victims of trafficking are not criminals and need protection. This message is brought to you by the Coordination Office for Prevention of Trafficking in Persons, Ministry of Internal Affairs.
Upgrade your lifestyle with the all-new entry-loaded Chillax voice bundles. Now, call all networks in Uganda with Chillax voice bundles. Call all networks, no expiry, no worries. Dial *100 *1# and select call all networks. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. In our business stories, border transport sector players of Uganda are requesting government for a stakeholders dialogue between implementation of the digital number plates initiative. These sentiments were echoed by Maweje Frank, the chairman of Kampala Border Riders Association in Kampala, as Bajaj Motorcycle Company launched the new Bajaj CT 125.
The new CT 125 Bajaj motorcycle replaces its first model that came with a paper centrifuge. Border riders, who are Bajaj's main customers, complained that the technology used in the older model made it costly to maintain.
It's our decision to phase out the old CT. We'll be moving to the new platform with this new filter technology. So that means we'll be phasing out our old model and we'll be coming up with the new model, which is the real requirement of the market.
Despite coming at a fairly low price, border riders say that this position is threatened by the anticipated government implementation of the digital number plates in November this year. This move by government is expected to enhance security and monitoring within the transport sector of Uganda.
Ekizibu ekiri mu digital number plates kiri kimu kyokka nti tugenda kuddamu tusasule naffe abadde balina number plates. N'ekirala esente zagiteekebwako nga tugula pikipiki empya. Sente nyingi nyo zigenda kuongeza ebbeeyi ya pikipiki. Ate okuongeza ebbeeyi ya pikipiki kitegeeza naffe abazigula abazivuga tugenda kuongera sente ku pikipiki ebbeeyi gye tubadde tuzigulamu.
According to KCCA, there are slightly over 150,000 borders in Kampala, of which Bajaj holds the lion's share of the market, with the BM100 being the most successful.
We've got to realize that people want something that is durable enough and it has the power to carry a very big load at a less fuel consumption.
As Bajaj launches the new CT 125 HD that promises more power, durability and cost effectiveness, the additional 714,000 shillings cost for a digital license plate per vehicle is expected to affect the demand of motorcycles and profit margins of the border riders in Uganda. Wadulo Makanold, UBC News in Kampala.
The global cloud communications company Infobip predicts that artificial intelligence in small to mid-sized enterprises will play a pivotal role in fueling the growth of the communications platforms as a service market over the next 7 years. According to the Communications Platform as a Service Growth Outlook 2023 report, the global market for cloud-based communications platforms is set to skyrocket, reaching $100 billion by 2030, a substantial increase from the current valuation of $20 billion.
CPaaS technology offers organizations of all sizes efficient tools for customer engagement, particularly as digital transformation reshapes the business landscape.
CPaaS is communication platform as a service, and we use it every day
and it has really evolved over the last 30 years. From a simple SMS receiving a notification or a communication from your favorite service provider. It could be your health provider, it could be your transport service provider, it could be your telecom service provider.
The report, compiled in collaboration with CPAS Acceleration Alliance and industry experts, suggests that within the next 3 years, around 90% of global enterprises will strategically adopt CPAS as a crucial IT skill set.
Businesses exist primarily to solve societal problems, and a byproduct of that is now profit. Yeah? And for them to realize profit and solve those problems, first of all, they need to reduce their operational costs. CPAS does that for you. Yeah? CPAS reduces, you don't have to invest in huge servers, you don't need to invest in huge capital investments. You can just cherry pick what applications, what channels. So if your customers are good in voice, then you as a business can be able to pick voice.
CPAS enables organizations to integrate communication functionalities, including voice, video, chat, and messaging in their applications. This versatility allows businesses to effectively utilize various communication channels, adapting to shifting customer preferences. As more mid and large-scale Ugandan businesses adopt AI automation of processes and data, communicating with all stakeholders like clients and partners efficiently and accurately has become a prerequisite. The report also credited CPAS for expediting digitalization trends during the COVID-19 pandemic, citing examples like the surge in telemedicine services. Wadulo Makanold, UBC News in Kampala.
And in talking news, MTN has improved on their data voice bundles. You can now call across all networks for the same price. We've talked to several eyewitnesses on the ground, and this is what one of them had to say. Amos, did you hear about the MTN daily voice bundles? So, to join many more other Ugandans enjoying these MTN daily voice bundles, dial *100 *21# or use the My MTN app to start enjoying. Stay tuned for more offers from MTN.
Juko. Yo. Wachikuwa. Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the Parish Development Model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a portrait project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The Parish Development Model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
Hello, darling.
Hi, Granny.
What did you do this weekend?
Well, on Friday, I went on a science trip with my classmates to Windy to see the gorillas.
Then we watched the cup final in London. On Saturday, my friends and I met up to hunt some dragons again. Also, I taught the vacuum cleaner and the TV this new dance everyone's doing. They're really getting into it. And on Sunday, I went to bed watching the world from space. And you? Yeah, seriously, Granny.
With Airtel 5G's lightning-fast speeds and seamless connectivity, you won't believe what's next.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. And lastly, in our sports stories, the Singleton Match Play Golf Challenge has witnessed round 3 at Entebbe Golf Course. It was a competitive round of golf that, despite some being eliminated, participants enjoyed. Details for that.
The 71 Entebbe Golf Course that spreads over 6,684 yards has over the years hosted several golf events, but none as colorful as the Singleton Match Play Challenge. Now in its 6th edition, this Uganda Breweries Limited sponsored championship has attracted some of the best amateur golfers that seem to enjoy every moment.
We always enjoy Singleton. We look forward to it. It's a very exciting tournament for us. And we also enjoyed the 19th hole after the 18th hole of safari, some bad golf, some good golf. Yes. We are happy for the sponsor, who is Singleton. We'll be here next Saturday for yet another show of the Singleton tournament.
For starters, this match play challenge is more about pairs that play against each other, starting with the qualifying round that randomly enters golfers in pairs at the round of 64. This year's edition has witnessed third round action during which the all-female pair of 2018 winners Peace Kabasweka and Sheila Kesime edged the all-male partnership of Peter Mujuni and Patrick Katwiremu.
The players they have enjoyed. It has been a nice course and we have enjoyed the Singleton.
I had the pleasure today playing Singleton, and the game was really not bad, but at the same time not good. And I had a fair game and I enjoyed the weather. First game it was raining in the morning, but later it stopped. So I think the last 9 holes we enjoyed the weather was that really cool.
Another pair through to the round of 16 is that of Kenya High Commissioner to Uganda Major General retired George Owino and Sarah Nduhukiri, who beat a fellow mixed pair of Maxi Biencha and Daniel Kangu. Entebbe Club captain Serwa Noah Lusimbi and Peter Magona also through after exiting Innocent Kihika and Maurice Ongwech. Others through include Moses Sebugwao and Charles Odere, Jimmy Adiga and Johnson Dairo, and Peter Atwine and Bob Masiko. The Singleton Match Play Challenge is a 2017 initiative won by Isaac Mareira and John Mochiri. 2019 was taken by Robert Lutwama and Adoch Luumu, while the 2022 winners were Patrick Indase and Philemon Akatuhurira. The next round of action at this Singleton Match Play Challenge is 9th September 2023 at Entebbe Golf Club. John Barnes, Sentinel. BBC News.
That's all we had for you in this hour. Do join us again at 10 p.m. for more news coming your way. My name is Sharon Chondisha with Mugalu Muhammad on sign language, but you can stay tuned for more programming coming your way.
My name is Tessa Milio with your weather update. We are having rain showers most parts of the country, more especially around Lake Victoria and some parts of the central. And this is due to the moist winds that are blowing from the Congo air mass coming into our country in combination with those ones of southeast rays, not forgetting the local effects, bring us the weather we are experiencing here and there in most parts of our country. Tomorrow morning, we expect to wake up with light showers most parts of the country, more especially in our capital city, where we're having thunder showers. About in our eastern part of our country, we expect to wake up still with the thunder showers dominating that side and the eastern stretch. By the northern sector, we're having a change whereby they're going to wake up with a sunny, bright day, most parts of it. Apart from Lila, we are seeing light showers. Afternoon hours, though, we are seeing a difference within the central, where we are seeing sunny intervals at maximum 27 degrees Celsius. Apart from Nakasongola, we are seeing a continuation of light showers at a maximum 29 degrees Celsius. In the eastern stretch, we are still having the same thing of sunny intervals dominating in afternoon hours. Apart from Salty, where we are seeing light showers at a maximum of 32 degrees Celsius. The western stretch, we are seeing a pickup of light showers dominating most parts of it at a maximum of 32 degrees Celsius across Kasese, 29 in Masindi. But Mbarara, we are having a sunny interval dominating that side. Northern sector, we are seeing a pickup of thunder showers dominating that side at a maximum of 32 degrees Celsius, apart from Alua, where we are seeing a difference of 30 degrees Celsius. He's moving out of Uganda to the 50 cities across the globe. We are forecasting sunny intervals in the neighborhood of Nairobi at a maximum 26 degrees Celsius, Dubai and Cairo with sunny conditions at a maximum 37 degrees Celsius across Cairo, but cloudy conditions are expected to be experienced in London at a maximum 21 degrees Celsius. Thanks for tuning on UBC. I remain with Tessa Millie. Stay tuned and see you tomorrow.